And welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. Team USA has been bringing it. Last week, we introduced you to Houston's own Shelby McEwen. Tonight, we can tell you Shelby is jumping for the stars. He made it to the finals in the long jump competition and will compete Saturday at noon. Team USA, here we go, is leading the pack in the medal count. 27 gold, 35 silver, and 32 bronze. First in all categories and has nearly 30 medals more than the next country, China. But one of the big conversations is still around. Which camera are we going with? All right. Is still around female Algerian boxer Iman Khalif. Now she's getting a lot of attacks from Transvestigators. Transvestigative online. So what does that even mean? Joining me now live to talk about it, Barie Braxton, Todd Smith, and Sioban Herndon. So Todd, let's begin with you. When people say transvestigating, what does that mean?
To me, it means hating. Because every time you have a woman over the last few years who's dominant in a sport, that's strong, like Serena Williams, even Simone Biles has gotten it, oh, they must be a man. You know, because women shouldn't be muscular. They shouldn't be dominating in this game, and women shouldn't even be playing sports. You have people that say things. I won't even say what I've heard people say about WNBA players. So you have this hate that comes on. So it has to be something wrong with you. Because if I lose to you, if you knock me out and I quit in the boxing match, you must be doing something wrong. You must be a man. No, you just got knocked out. You know, it happens in all combat sports. When Mike Tyson knocked out Michael Spinks, nobody made an excuse. But when the Algerian fighter, you know, laid some punches on old girl from Italy, she complained. So to me, it's a fancy word for hating, and people just have to get used to the fact that women's sports is booming. I would rather watch some women's sports than men. College basketball, tennis, those sports are more popular. So embrace these women. They work just as hard as the men. They're just as talented. And we don't complain if a man doesn't have muscles, is not athletic. We don't call him a woman. So when a woman is athletic and muscular, don't call her no man.
All right. Sioban, let's hear from you. You cover the WNBA. You've probably heard what Todd is talking about. But when we talk about the Olympics, and so many women are coming into question.
Right. I covered the WNBA, I covered the Dallas Swings, and, you know, we hear it all the time, you know, about the women, either they're transitioning or either they are too strong to be in their post position or in their position period of playing the sport. And it's just that ongoing battle that the WNBA has to deal with each and every night. Oh, she's too good. Why does she look like a man? Why does Brittany Griner not have breasts? Like those different things. And let's just recognize these women for the talent that they have and stop putting a label on them or how they play. Or let's just recognize the talent, and because they're really, really good. They're really good. Now, the things that we do have to battle with the WNBA is pronouns. You know, they, them, her, she. Like they want to go by a certain pronoun, and that's just a respect thing. Yeah. If they want to go by that pronoun, call them that. You know, that's just a respect thing. But yeah, they deal with it night in and night out, and it's definitely unfair because they are very talented and need to be recognized for their talent.
All right, Barie, let's bring you into this as a member of the transgender community. Is it offensive for them to question anyone's sexuality, not sexuality, gender?
Yes, it is, but if they went through all the process to make it there through the Olympics, then it shouldn't be no question. If you couldn't take getting your ass whooped, then you shouldn't have got out there. It's other females that beat her. But you mad because you never felt punches like that, then you didn't practice enough. This is the Olympics. They're not going to send no soft hitter. They're going to send their hardest hitter.
And really quick, guys, do you agree with that, though? Even if it's someone who's been through the process and they may be transgender, it's fair?
I have a problem with combat sports because I'm not as knowledgeable about the transition, but I don't feel comfortable. Like, do you have the strength that it's stereotypical, but I don't. To me, that it'll be uncomfortable. Yeah, like hitting a woman. Like, I don't think I would feel comfortable with that That's just my opinion in that
Really quick,
situation.
Siobhan.
And my opinion is, you know, I was talking about this earlier, maybe just kind of find maybe not so much another sport, but, you know, we have the Special Olympics, maybe like include another, I mean, not Special Olympics, but like,
People are not special.
that's what I'm saying, they're not
That's the
special,
difference.
but at the same
Nobody's
time,
not
if we have to
special.
that's gonna be
categorize them,
Exactly. So if transgender people are not special, so you can't send them to the Special Olympics.
I'm not saying send them to the Special
and to
Olympics.
answer
Not
your
that
question-
Special Olympics.
Right.
Olympics
answer your
designed for
Right.
those who may be in
If
If
transition
they
or
let
trans.
them in, that's the Olympics' choice. Everybody else should just fall back. But to answer your question,
educate
when
me.
transgender women take testosterone blockers and estrogen, we get weaker.
Okay.
We get absolutely weaker. I'm pretty sure a teenager can just really whoop my butt because I just don't, you know, I don't do all that fighting anymore. I don't do none of that. So this is weak. No. So if they, like I said, if they got through the process, they should let them fight.
All right.
And to Barbie's point, they've gone through all the testing that they need to get through to get to the Olympics. So if you have people on social media questioning whether or not they are male or female, that's already out the picture because they've already been through the testing to get to the Olympics, and we need to go with what's on their birth certificate and all the testing and trust the doctors that have put them in the Olympics.
All right. We want to thank you all for joining us, and we'll be right back with more Factor Uncensored in just a moment.